Hi everyone, this is Wonder Jess. Today I'm back with this travel Q&A. So yesterday I left a posting on this YouTube community and I got around 70 questions about my travels. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering all of these questions. So I'm just going to start from the most liked comment and go through all the way down. And also at the end of this video, I'd like to share Jin Air's huge promotion of Air, which is called Jinmaket. And I will let you guys know how to get 5% extra discount with my promotion code, so don't miss it. So let's get it started. Do you have any tips for getting a cheap flight ticket? So basically, Skyscanner is my favorite website. It's so easy to compare all the flight tickets. And to get a cheap flight ticket, you need to be flexible for the date or the destinations. And I've got my own tip here. So basically, if you want to book a flight ticket from South Korea to London, try to change the country from South Korea and in the UK and also US as well. Because there are some travel agencies only based in the UK or in South Korea. So there might be some flight tickets you can only see if the country is written as like the UK or South Korea. And on top of Skyscanner, as I'm currently staying in Korea, what I do here is checking each airline's promotion events. I don't really know why, but for some reason, promotion tickets does not really come on Skyscanner sometimes. So it's really useful if you follow like airlines, Instagram or Facebook or something. And then whenever they say, oh, we're doing this promotion, just check their website. Next, how do you afford your travels? I used to do loads of part-time jobs to afford my travels. But since last year's October, my channels got monetized. So YouTubing is my part-time job now. So basically you guys are actually affording my trips. Thank you so much, guys. Where was your favorite country and city? In terms of the country, definitely Tanzania. I feel like I'm quite biased for this question because Tanzania is the country where I achieved this Kilimanjaro climbing thing, and I'm a big fan of Lion King, so Serengeti was amazing, and I met really good people from this Tanzania trip. So I'd go for Tanzania, but definitely it would not be same for everyone. And in terms of the city, it's so hard to pick only one city in this world. Okay, as this person said, could you recommend one city? I say just go for whatever you want to visit. If you're a big fan of the movie Notting Hill, just go to London and just visit the city. And if you like the movie Midnight in Paris, just go to Paris. I mean, recommendations from other people would not mean anything, so just go for whatever you want to go for. How do you manage your time for traveling? I feel like in terms of this time management thing, I think it's all about this priority issue. For instance, for myself, travel comes at the very top of my priority list, so I wouldn't really consider other things to do when I have like free weekends. And you do need to think about your opportunity cost, and you do need to give up something to travel. You do need to admit that. For example, I really want to visit Tanzania and Kenya this summer and Madagascar as well, so I did not apply for any internships. Just think about your priority. If you really want to travel, just prioritize your travel and just admit that you need to give up something. Do you have any other own your standard to choose your travel destination? Do you like traveling alone? Honestly, there are so many travel destinations I want to go for, and I kind of choose among them according to the cost and my time schedule. Like I want to go to Germany or Vietnam, something like that, but if I was in London, I'll go for Germany, and if I was in Korea, I would go for Vietnam. For the last questionnaire, yes, I do love traveling myself. Whenever I'm kind of around with other people, I always think about what they want to do and what they want to eat, what they want to see, or if they're tired or not. Like, there are so many things that I need to consider before prioritizing myself. But when you just travel by yourself, you really don't need to think about other things. You just need to focus on yourself and just ask yourself what you want to do, and you can just follow on it. So I think that's one of the best things about traveling by yourself. And I like taking videos and I like taking pictures, so I really don't get bored. How do you travel safe when you're alone? Number one, once the sun's gone, never ever walk outside by yourself. And number two, which is the most important thing, do not compensate your safety to save money. Is there anything you always bring for your travels? I don't really have it right now in my room here, but I always bring the Vaseline top thing. I feel like Vaseline does everything. You can use it as a lip balm or like skin stuff as well. So I definitely recommend bringing Vaseline to your long travels. What kind of travel do you prefer? Planning everything and then looking around as much as possible, or just looking around without any plans? I kind of plan how many days I'm going to be staying in certain cities or countries, and I just walk around without that much plans. Is there anything that you always do in any travels? For example, like sunset? Yes, sunset. Sunset never goes wrong, apart from rainy days. Could you tell me your favorite travel destination that you don't even want to share? I go for Lake Bled for this question. So it's like a small lake in Slovenia, and there's like a little island in the middle of the lake, and there's a church there. You can rent a boat, or you can just swim there, or you can just bike around the whole lake. If there's anyone going to Zagreb or somewhat in Eastern European countries, please do consider Lake Bled. It's beautiful. Is there anything you always bring when you travel by yourself? I've answered a kind of similar question to this as Vaseline, and I could see so many questions like this. And honestly, if you're preparing for your travels and thinking of buying something and bringing to them, I say just save more money and travel with more money. Still, there should be something there too. Have you felt any aftermath of traveling? I used to. Like when I was traveling in Portugal, I loved the country, so I really didn't want to leave. So I actually ended up canceling some part of my Spain trip and then just decided to stay in Portugal a bit longer. But what I think these days is more like, I kind of noticed that the world is actually much smaller than what you expect. So whenever you have time and money, you can always go back to those travel destinations you really want to go back to. So once I've noticed this lesson, I really don't feel that kind of aftermath of traveling. 한국인들이 보편적으로 많은 곳을 가기보다는 다양한 나라를 여행하시는 것 같은데 여행지를 고르는 특별한 기준이 있나요? 제가 한국 사람들이 안 가는 곳을 가겠다 이렇게 해서 애쓴 건 아닌데 제가 보통 보는 이런 여행 콘텐츠들이 영어로 된 콘텐츠를 제가 좀 편하게 보는 경향이 있다 보니까 조금 자연스럽게 한국인들이 잘 안 가는 여행지를 가지 않았나 하는 생각이 듭니다. How do you save up money for your trips? I think this is also about this priority issue again. You do need to admit that you need to give up something. You do need to give up eating out, going out, give up your free time, and rather do part-time jobs to earn money. Is there any other countries that you want to visit? There are so many countries that I want to visit. Most of them are the countries that I've never been to. And at the same time, for the countries that I've been to, I still want to go back with my family or my friends or even by myself as well. Have you got bad bugs from your travels? So I've never got bad bugs yet, but I do know that I've been very lucky. When you plan your travel, do you just follow the recommendations from other people or do you just make your own? I just plan my own because what other people say really does not mean anything to me. Could you share some tips for long flights? I just sleep very well, like very, very well. Where was your favorite country? I told you Tanzania. Any tips for booking flights or transportation? For flights, if there's any possibility that your plan might be changed, just book it on the official website. Otherwise, it's going to be so problematic to change your ticket or get refund. For transport booking as well, like trains or buses and that kind of stuff, try to use the official website to avoid scams. Could you tell me the country that you would never forget? All the countries I've been to, I would never forget any of my travels. Have you argued with your friends when you travel with them? I've never, actually. I feel like I'm kind of a person who only be friends with the people you actually like. So once I've decided to travel together, that means that those are the people that I really like. So no, I've never argued with my friends in travels. What kind of medicines do you bring for your travels? Naproxen because I have a really, really bad period pain. How would you choose your accommodation? I usually just go for hostels whenever I travel by myself. I just read reviews very, very carefully. How do you plan travels to make it perfect? If you don't plan a trip in detail, you have less plans to go wrong. So just don't try to plan everything. How do you overcome when you're afraid of going somewhere? I just try to think about all the beautiful scenery or precious experience that I would have there. How do you collect travel information? TripAdvisor is my favorite website. How do you find a local guide? It kind of depends, but I usually just walk into those local agencies and I kind of try to haggle the price and at the same time the plans as well. And I feel like local agencies are usually kind of flexible. If you don't want to bring that much things for your travels, what you need to bring? Cash. What's your purpose of your travels? Just experiencing more, I say. Don't you get scared when you travel yourself? Yes, I do. I do scared a lot and very easily. But there are more things I want to see about this world. And I personally find it really interesting to know all the differences in different countries and different cultures, that kind of things. So I just cannot give up. So I just try to overcome that kind of scaredness. So how did you plan your trip this time? I think she's talking about Madagascar. We kind of planned this trip, spared those 2 weeks in July. And as Sus Malagasy, she planned quite much things in detail in those 2 weeks of time. When do you prefer between backpacking travels or traveling with luggage? I do prefer backpacking trips. And the most expensive trip was, I think, this Tanzania trip because I climbed a mountain and it was pretty expensive. And the cheapest travel was my trip to Stockholm, I think, which is quite unexpected. It's just because I had a friend there, so I just stayed at my friend's place. She cooked for me, and the flight ticket was like £20, as I remember. So the whole amount that I paid for those like 3-day trip was only like £70, literally. Hi Jess, I'm from Indonesia. When did you go to Indonesia? I hope you could upload it on YouTube when you're in Indonesia. I went to Indonesia for the first time in my life in 2013 with my parents. And after in 2017, I visited Lombok with my brother and my sister-in-law. So basically 2 trips are before starting this YouTube thing. So I don't have that much video clips from those 2 trips. But if you come to my Instagram, you can find some photos that I took from Lombok. So what brought you to climb Kilimanjaro? This is actually quite complicated, but basically I just want to challenge myself. And how do you sort out language problems? Mostly if you go to local travel agencies or hostels or like hotels, they usually speak English, so it's okay, but make sure you have Google Translator on your phone. Could you recommend travel destinations that you can go with your friends, parents, and as a couple? I say Ibiza or Morocco for your friend trip, and most European countries with your parents, and anywhere in the world as a couple. Hi Jess, have you ever been to India? Not yet, but I'd love to. Was there any country that you wanted to live for a month? Cusco for like as long as possible, because I love the scenery there and I also want to kind of improve my Spanish too. Could you recommend one must-go destination? Just go wherever you want to go. That's the must-go destination. Were the domestic flights in Madagascar okay? It was actually okay. How'd you plan your travels, especially when with your friends? I feel like in terms of this friend trip, I think there is one person who kind of try to plan everything. And I feel like if that person tries to plan everything, the other people, they do need to appreciate that person who decide to plan everything because it's a lot of work. And what kind of souvenir do you buy from your travels? I really like buying postcards. Is there anything that you always bring on the plane rather than the check-in luggage? Bring a pen, guys. It's very useful. It's very likely to have a form or something to fill out. Was there anything that you thought you would need it but you kind of end up not using it at all? I'd say most clothing stuff. This is why I kind of end up not really bringing that much clothing these days. Before starting YouTube, how did you capture travels? I'm horrible in painting or writing, so I used to take pictures. I started my Instagram before starting YouTube, so you can see much more travel destinations on my Instagram. So come and follow! Okay, so there are around 70 questions in total, and I tried my best to answer every single question here. I hope you guys found this video informative, and I will just end this video with sharing how to get 5% extra discount on Jinmaket, which is Jin Air's promotion. Have a great day, guys then. Bye!
여러분, 제가 지금부터 진마켓 프로모션 내용과 원더제스 할인 코드로 5% 추가 할인 받는 방법까지 자세하게 설명해 드리겠습니다. 일단 진마켓은 총 30개 노선 항공권을 연중 최저가 운임으로 판매하는 프로모션입니다. 바로 내일인 12월 10일 오전 10시부터 16일 월요일까지 항공권을 판매하고요. 10월 10일에 동남아 대양주 노선이 오픈되고 12일에 동북아 국내선 노선이 오픈됩니다. 판매되는 항공권의 탑승 기간은 2020년 3월 2일 월요일부터 2020년 10월 24일 토요일까지입니다. 일단 홈페이지에 가셔서 로그인을 하시고 원하는 국제선 왕복 여정을 선택해주세요. 그럼 이번 진마켓에서 판매되는 최저가 운임이 보이는데요. 여기서 왼쪽에 프로모션 코드를 클릭해주시고 여기 원더제스를 입력해주세요. 그리고 확인 버튼을 누르면 총 운임이 최저가에서 5% 더 할인되어서 이렇게 변경됩니다. 그럼 최종 금액과 일정, 노선을 다시 한번 확인하시고 결제를 진행해 주시면 됩니다. 진에어는 LCC 항공사 중에서 유일하게 무료로 기내식을 제공해요. 그래서 밥이 정말 중요한 제가 평소에도 되게 좋아하던 항공사였는데 이렇게 홍보 크리에이터로 이번 프로모션을 홍보할 수 있게 되어서 정말 기쁩니다. 이번 진마켓에서 판매되는 항공권에도 역시 기내식이 포함되어 있고 또 15kg 이상의 무료 위탁 수화물까지 포함되어 있다고 해요. 그러니까 내년 휴가를 계획하고 계신 우리 구독자님들은 앞에서 알려드린 대로 할인 코드 원더제스로 야무지게 5% 추가 할인까지 꼭 받으시길 바랍니다. 그럼 도움이 되셨길 바라고 우리는 다음 영상에서 만나요. 안녕!